Hello and welcome to another edition of ESO with Ninja Monkey. Today we're redoing several of my original house tours, my three original houses. We're going to start with Sleek Creek today, but I'm also going to do videos for Autumn's Gate and the Cyrodiilic Jungle House. So here we are at Sleek Creek in Reaper's March, just outside of Roll Call. And if you're not familiar where Reaper's March is, it is over here in the AD section. It is their fifth and final zone. So yeah, let's take a look. We got Bespoke Laniakea giving the tour. Give you a little wave there. It's clear chat. We don't need that open. Alright, we'll stick her in RP walk mode and go for a stroll. So we got the little banker merchant section right here. I did come here at night on purpose. I like this place better at night. An Imperial street light here, kind of bringing a little brightness into the world. But you know, the banker and the merchant got all their stuff bagged up here in their little kiosk that they can close up. The entranceway got a little archway, some lighting. Fans of this house will note that there are two entrances to it, and for some reason my lamp is crooked. Let's fix the lamp before my OCD goes crazy. Much better. Alright, turn that off. And we've got the Enchanting and Alchemy Station. It's in one of these little Khajiit huts. I like a lot of the Khajiit stuff. The woven material looks pretty good. We've got Colovian crystals all the way around, lighting it up, as well as one of those red guard dealies. Let's see if I can get the engage for it. Oh, right there. No, never mind. Alright, well, the models are up there, and they're having a good time. We've got the signs up here for the Alchemy Station and the Enchanting Station, and then some of the bric-a-brac, including a floating orb down there. I don't know how well you can see that. Some of the alchemy ingredients hung up. I think my favorite part is the mons going around the little chandelier there. So for this house, I've done a lot of decorating with the crafting stations. I don't always do that in my houses, but in this one it was kind of featured. Got the woodworking station sign, another Khajiit post there. There's the woodworking station, some wood that we're cutting and stacking, some logs for future use, and of course a torch light over here for that. As we keep going, we've got a couple of my specialty mounts over here, and the second entrance looks pretty much like the first, just, you know, surrounded by trees instead of fern-like objects. This is beer pong. I don't know if you play it where you're at. This is the 10-cup variety. I'm still working on rules for this, but I think the thrown version of Trap Beast is going to be my ping pong, and what you would do to play this is get the very center in one of the cups, which I have failed to do, but if you did, you would just give editor rights to the people who are playing, and then they would move the cups up appropriately, which is kind of fun. Kind of a neat concept. Little Laura cat up there. Crafting stations behind me. Clothing station and a dye station over here. A couple of green balls. I think these are buoys for, I think it was a luxury furniture item. Buoys for boats to keep them from banging against the docks or something like that. Got a little Dark Brotherhood section over here. Maybe some poison set up. Both the books and a Gold Coast escape hatch over here, which I like to think, since if you look at the map, you've got a Outlaw's Refuge so close to the house. I'd like to think that leads to there somehow, in my mind. Blacksmithing station set up. I think I've said this before in my other videos, but when you use a clothing station or a blacksmithing station or one of these things, it moves your perspective to a certain angle. Now what you do is you move the crafting station around to where what that angle is something you want to look at. And I wanted to look at the forge itself. Like I thought I did a pretty good job on this forge. So, you know, it's got some ventilation, a couple of tools here, good fire going on down there. 2 fires, I might add. So yeah, I wanted to see it. And if you turn this blacksmithing station another direction, well, a direction you can use, then it's going to turn you another way. So if what you wanted to see was the keg, then that would be the way to move it. But what I wanted to see was the forge. So you want to point this this bit here towards the forge. And hopefully that got me right about where I need to be. If not, then we'll just poke at it again. Yeah, it's about right. I like that. Nice formal dining room over there, but I'll take a quick look at the ceiling real fast. There you go. Little formal dining room. I like the chairs to be functional. I want to be able to sit down in them. I don't personally RP, but I do occasionally rent my places out for RP, so I think it's good that people be able to sit down and have a conversation while they're eating. So I pointed the chairs that way, only in this house, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Some vases, my favorite picture in the game. Cooking area, like I said, we're decorating all the crafting stations, so you got your provisioning fire over here, and then what are we looking at when we use it? We're looking at all the stuff in the background here used for cooking. So yeah, just a couple of shelves out here, a bunch of pots and pans and salts and stuff. The garden here was kind of fun. All these vegetables are individually placed, one at a time, and then to get the dirt in there, I just took the trough and pushed it down to where the dirt showed through the bottom, and then poked the vegetables into it, which was not very time consuming at all. I mean, it really went really fast, but you know, I had to understand that that's what I wanted to do. Got myself a little statue over here. It was Moloch Ball previously, but it seemed to take up a lot of space, and I think it looked better in my Boulder Tree estate anyways. We got a Hercene statue over here, lit on either side. Nice banyan tree up there. Don't worry, I'll check that message as soon as I'm done with the video. This is a AA version of a hot tub. If you've seen my my video Hunting's Haul, or the specialty video on just the hot tub that's over there, you'll notice some differences, but I took the luxury furnisher peach flowers and put them down here, which I thought looks pretty good. Pretty good. And then we got a hammock over here, you know, for relaxing, whatever. I like sit 3. Give you a little, I don't know, little ambiance there. Got some wine cups and some bamboo all over the place here. Take that off. The interior of this place is relatively empty. I've used it for a luxury furniture studio in the past, and will do so again in the future. I have had this decorated as a bedroom before. And that brings me to the lore of this place. I like to do a little bit of lore for all my houses. So for this one, it being just down the hill from Rawlcall, I'm calling this a repossessed skooma den. And what I did is I put like 4 bunk beds up in this area, and then like a big master bed over here. And what would happen is, since this place has so many crafting stations, they were mass producing knockoff items to be sold up in Rawlcall up there, and got caught and got in trouble and got their place repossessed. And me, as the wide-eyed adventurer, has purchased this property, and it just came with all this stuff, which is kind of neat. It to me explains why they've got a bunch of high-end stuff here and why it's all nicely decorated with a bunch of exotic plants or whatever. And at one point, once upon a time, this place was broken and you could get outside of the walls, which is why you see that, that tent over there full of trophies. They fixed it before I could finish, though. I could recall the items, but I can't place anything new out there. So, kind of a bummer, kind of cool, neat feature. And then the last little bit is there's a chandelier down below, so there's a chain sticking up, and I covered that up here with the one vet trophy that I have there for trials. So yeah, that's the tour. If you have any questions about this house, please comment down below. If you'd like to see it in person, please see my my video on the Port to Friends house add-on. You can come to my house anytime you want using that. Alright, thanks for watching again, and we'll see you in the next.